Hello friends, welcome to my channel. This is Charan. In this video I will show you in MVC using AngularJS how to insert the selected drop-down control value into SQL Server database table. And here we got the final output. Notice the header tags, horizontal line and the drop-down control and one insert button. Now let's select the course. I'm selecting the MVC. Before insert this record MVC, let's check the database table. I'm executing the table. Right now this table contains 0 rows. Let's insert the value. Insert. And here we got the alert message, selected drop-down value is successfully inserted. Click OK. Let's check in the database table. Again I'm executing the table. See, here we got the results of the courses table. The course ID is 1, the course name is MVC. Let's insert the second record. This time I'm selecting AngularJS, insert. Again we got an alert message, selected drop-down value is successfully inserted. Click OK. Let's check in the database table. I'm executing the table again. See, here the AngularJS is inserted successfully into this courses table. If you are a first time visitor to my channel, please subscribe to get the latest updates. Before writing the coding part in MVC, first we'll create a new table in SQL Server Management Studio. I'm expanding the root folder as well as the databases. And notice in this databases there is new DB, which is a user database. I'm expanding that one, as well as the tables folder I'm expanding. Let's create a new table in this new DB database. Right click the new DB database, new query, create table. The table name is courses, course ID, which is an integer type, not null. I'm adding primary key, and as well as I'm adding the auto increment column identity 1, 1, comma, the course name and varchar 150. Let's execute to create this courses table. Execute, and here we got a message, command completed successfully. Let's refresh the new DB database tables folder, refresh, and here we got, and the courses table is added in the tables folder. Let's browse the table, right click the courses table, select top 1000 rows. Right now this courses table contains 0 rows. Let's insert some values into this table using Dropdownlist control in MVC with AngularJS. For this video tutorial, I'm creating a new MVC application. Go to File, New, Project, and from the web templates, I'm selecting ASP.NET Web Application and the .NET Framework. I'm using 4.6.1. The application name is MVC Dropdownlist AngularJS Insert is the project name. Click OK. And from the templates, I'm selecting MVC. Click OK. And the project is created successfully. Let's close this default window. Open Solution Explorer. Notice in this project, in the scripts folder, there is no any AngularJS. Let's install AngularJS into this project. Right click the project name, manage NetJet packages, go to browse and search for AngularJS, and from the search results I'm selecting the first option. Click install. Click OK. And notice here in the scripts folder the AngularJS files are installing. And AngularJS files are installed successfully. And also notice there is a green tick mark, which means this AngularJS package is installed successfully into our project. Let's close this Nedget package window. After install AngularJS, now we need to configure app_start folder, expand that one, bundle config.cs file, open that one. In bundle config.cs file, come to the bottom, just copy this code and paste here. Now in the script bundle, instead of bootstrap, I am adding Angular, and also I require the include script / angular.js file, and I don't require this respond.js. After configure AngularJS in bundle config.cs file, let's open Solution Explorer. Now the next step, will add the ADO.NET Entity Data Model to our project. Right click the project name, add ADO.NET Entity Data Model, select that one. The model name is courses, click OK. And from the model contents, I'm selecting the first option, next. Let's create a new connection. I'm adding my SQL server name. After that, I'm selecting my database name. Our database name is newDB. Test connection is succeeded. OK. OK. And here we got the connection string, and the connection string name is a newDB entities, and I'm saving this connection string in the web.config file. Click next. And from the selected database objects, I'm expanding the tables folder as well as DBO. Our table name is a courses table. Select that one, click finish. And here the entity model is added to our project. After that, let's open Solution Explorer, minimizing the references folder. Let's add a new controller in this controllers folder. Right click the controllers, add controller. I'm selecting the controller name is MVC controller empty, add. The controller name is courses, add. And here we got our controller. Now in this controller, I'm adding public string courses dropdownlist is a function name, and in this function name I'm adding my table name, which is course. This entity model name we have to add. After that, CS is an object. Now in this function, I'm adding my connection string name is newDB entities. ND is an object, newDB entities. ND dot. The table name is a courses dot add method. I'm adding this object CS. Let's add the semicolon. ND dot save changes method, and the last step, return. In the return, I'm adding selected drop down value is successfully inserted, semicolon. That's it. We have added the coding part in the controller. Now we require the index view page, but before adding the view page to this project, we must build the application first. Build solution, and here we got a message build succeeded. Let's close this output message box. Now let's create an index view page. Highlight the index, right click mouse, add view. The view name is index, the template empty without model. Click add. And here we got our index view page also. Now in this index view page, the first thing I'm adding is the center tag. I'm closing this center tag after the headers. Let's change the headers. Instead of index, I'm adding how to insert selected drop down value into database SQL Server H2 MVC AngularJS. After that, I'm adding horizontal line. After the horizontal line, I'm adding a div container. Inside this div container, I'm adding the select option element, which is a drop down list control. Select. I'm adding the option. Now in this option tag, I'm adding the values, some values here. JavaScript. Let's add the JavaScript, the label. Copy this one, paste, paste, paste. Just for the demo purpose, I'm adding only 4 items in this drop down control. The second one is the ASP.NET, MVC, and the last one is the AngularJS. After adding some items to the drop down control, now let's add the AngularJS functionality. Above the center tag, I'm adding the AngularJS reference link. Open Solution Explorer, come to the bottom in the scripts folder. There is the angular.js file. Here it is. Just drag and drop. After that, I'm adding the script. In the script, I'm adding the functionality to insert the selected drop down value. Variable app is equals to angular.module method. In this module method, the first parameter is the string name. Let's add our Angular application name, which is my app, comma, and the second parameter array request. So let's add the array app.controller method. The controller method takes 2 parameters. The first one is a name, the controller name, which is a string, my controller, comma. The callback definition is a function, $scope, comma, $HTTP. Curly braces. Let's add the semicolon. Now in this controller, I'm adding a function, $scope dot. The function name I'm adding insert dropdown value. Dropdown list is equals to function Now in this function I'm adding the button clicked event. Come to the bottom. Let's add a button control also. Input type is equals to button, value is equals to insert, and ID is equals to but insert is a button control ID. Let's close the button control. So variable button click is equals to document dot get element by ID between double quotes. The get element by ID takes the parameters the ID of the control, which is a string. So the input button control ID is but insert. Let's add that one. Dot get attribute method. The get attribute method is a string name. I'm adding the value. If but click the variable is equals to, here the get attribute value is the button click insert. The value of the button click is the insert. Let's add that one. Insert curly braces. Now in this if condition, when a user click the button control, I want to execute this function. So let's add $scope dot the function object is CS. Let's add that one is equals to between curly braces $scope dot cs dot the object name dot the column name from the table. Let's add the column name is a course name. Copy the column name and paste here is equals to $scope dot. Let's add the object insert value, and this insert value I'm adding in the select option. ng-model is the Angular directive insert value. After that, $http the HTTP methods, the HTTP attributes, I'm adding the method. The method we are posting the data, so I'm adding the post here, comma. The second one is a URL. The path is /. I'm adding our controller name, which is the courses. Copy this one, paste here, /, and the function name is a course DDL. Data colon JSON dot stringify method. In the stringify method, I'm adding this scope $scope.cs. Let's add the comma here. Dot then function response is an object. Semicolon here. Now in this then function, I'm adding alert response dot the data, and here the alert message is when the records are inserted successfully, you'll get this message: selected dropdown value is successfully inserted. That's it. We have written the AngularJS snippet to insert the values. Now what I'm doing in the div container, we need to add the Angular directives ng-app. I'm adding my Angular application name, which is my app, and I'm adding the controller directive. Our controller name is my controller. Copy this one and paste here. And the last one, on the button click, ng-click is equals to, I'm adding this function name insert DDL. That's it. We have done the complete coding part. Now before run this application, the most important, we have to change the controller name. Open Solution Explorer, go to top. In the app_start, there is a route config.cs file. Open that one, and notice here the controller is the home, which is a default one. Just delete that one. Our controller name is courses. Let's add the controller name, and the action view page is the index only, which is this page. That's it. Now let's check the results. Google Chrome, and here we got the final output. Notice the header tags, horizontal line, and the drop down control, and one insert button. Now let's select the course. I'm selecting the MVC. Now before insert this record MVC, let's check the database table. I'm executing the table. Right now this table contains 0 rows. Let's insert the value. Insert, and here we got the alert message: selected dropdown value is successfully inserted. Click OK. Let's check in the database table. Again, I'm executing the table. See, here we got the results of the courses table. The course ID is 1. The course name is MVC. Let's insert the second record. This time I'm selecting AngularJS Insert. Again, we got an alert message: selected dropdown value is successfully inserted. Click OK. Let's check in the database table. I'm executing the table again. So here the AngularJS is inserted successfully into this courses table. That's it. We have implemented in MVC using AngularJS to insert selected drop-down value into SQL Server database.